everyone, welcome back to my channel. See, I thought this outfit was a really cute and chic idea, but now I've got it on, I kind of feel like Carol Baskin. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about turning 19. 19 in culture is not something which really exists, you know. With my teenage life, most characters that are in movies are kind of 16, there's some 17s, a lot of kids turning 18, leaving school, starting their new life, but 19, there's not a lot of, you know, like, there's not a lot of guidelines for being 19 that you grow up with. Lots on your 20s and lots on being your teens, but 19, that's like a real invisible area. I'm talking about this because I just turned 19 yesterday. I'm very excited because that's like proper adult. And I'm not sure I ever really expected to be 19, not in like a I expected to die young kind of way, but in like a, it just didn't really seem like something that was gonna happen to me. I don't know. But now I'm here, and every year of my life I've done this, especially my teens, not really like before I was 10, but in my teens, whenever I've hit an age, I think about what that means in terms of like culture and what that means. You know, for me, I look at the idols I've looked up to growing up, the characters in films, musicians, and I think about where they were at that age, and I kind of let it guide me in a way, and I see like, oh right, that was when X did that thing, and oh right, so this is what it means to be 15, this is what it means to be 14, this is what it means to be 18, and once you hit that age as well, you kind of look at the actresses in the movies and you go, you are way too old to play a 16-year-old. But 19 has been a particularly hard one to do this because there are very few characters who are 19 because it's just such a non-age. Nothing really happens. You're in university, you're not really moving on with your life. You've done all the really exciting teenager stuff by now, probably, maybe. So, you know, it's, I don't know, it's a weird age. So I thought I would collate a list of what 19 means to me. We've got characters on here from movies, books, TV shows. We've got things musicians were doing when they were 19, some people in history who are 19, and most of it's very female, you know, orientated, and, you know, I'm not going to apologise for that. One time I would have, but no more. So we're going to start with Disney princesses. I know the ages off by heart of pretty much every single Disney princess, which is embarrassing, but you know, there are not necessarily given ages to Disney princesses, and a lot of it is speculation or like what Disney said after. It's not really revealed in many of the films. The only one I can think of is like Tangled, where it's all about her 18th birthday. There aren't many like that. Tiana in Princess and the Frog is 19, which is really interesting because I'm actually halfway through watching this film, and now that I know this, I'm going to look at it very, very differently, because 19 always seemed like quite old, but like now that I'm 19, I feel like it's very young to be saving up for a restaurant and getting turned into a frog and stuff. So there's Tiana. The other Disney princess who is 19 is an oldie but a goodie, and that's Cinderella. So Cinderella getting married to the prince and stuff, suddenly she seems, you know, kind of mature. I feel like she is one of the more mature princesses, and it makes a lot more sense for her to be, you know, getting married and stuff than like Snow White, who I think was 14, which is crazy, and even Jasmine in Aladdin is supposed to be 15. So Cinderella's story kind of makes more sense than the others in a way. And it's a bit more appropriate actually, although I still don't think that's what I'd be doing. And also, that's many, many years to be like abused by one's stepmother. She's being abused like even into adulthood, which I find slightly even more like messed up. Like you're kind of accustomed to being controlled as a child on some level or another and being told what to do and do the chores and stuff. Like, that's not so strange, but doing it when you're 18 and you're supposed to be moving out and doing your own life, not 18, 19, it seems like even crueler in a way that she's been deprived of those years. We're gonna change tacks a little bit here, and we're going into music. Taylor Swift, my idol, the woman that I have loved since I was 9 years old. I grew up listening to her song Dear John, which is about John Mayer, She was 19 when she went out with him, and he was something like 26, I want to say. And that is when he broke her heart. And again, suddenly that song means so much more to me, because I suddenly realised how young she was when she was going through that kind of relationship and that kind of heartbreak. Demi Lovato also released her album Unbroken when she was 19. This is an album that I've particularly listened to, actually. It's not one that I've even really heard of. I've listened to albums she made when she was younger and older than this. In TV, Rose Tyler met the Doctor in Doctor Who when she was 19, which is crazy because she was kissing Christopher Eccleston and he was like really old. And yeah, that suddenly feels a lot weirder to me now that I realise how young she was, but she was beautiful and like she looked so much older, and I'm kind of jealous that I look like this when Billie Piper was out looking like that, although Billie Piper was possibly older, I don't know. But Rose was 19 and she was beautiful, and like I just want to meet the Doctor so I can be whisked away to planets too. Like, I'm old enough now, can this happen? Harry Styles was 19 when One Direction released Midnight Memories, which feels like a long time ago now, and also when they released the This Is Us film, which I've never watched but I own, but I'm not really like a 1D kind of person. Moving on to books, in Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Elizabeth Bennet was 19 at the start of the book. She was 20 some way in the middle of the book, so you know she could have been 20 all the way through, but I'm pretty sure, like, it never says she's 19, it says she's 20, but it only says that like halfway through the book, and like Pride and Prejudice goes through either like a full year or like a couple of years, so yeah, she wouldn't have been 20 at the start. So I'm probably the same age as Elizabeth Bennet, which is kind of cool because she's one of my first classic women. Hello, this is Editing Ellie. I would like to add that when I came across this photo of Keira Knightley, another character occurred to me, and that is Elizabeth Swann in Pirates of the Caribbean, the first film. She was around 18 or 19 during that film, so I'm just gonna insert her here because she is definitely one of the characters I looked up to growing up. Rory Gilmore in Gilmore Girls is obviously 16 at the start of the show. However, the actress playing her, Alexis, I want to say Bledel, but I've never been able to say that last name, so who knows. So we're going to say Alexis Bledel. She was 19 when she first started playing Rory, and Rory looks like 15, like, and like even now, the actress does not look like she's in her 30s. And another Gilmore Girls one. So Rory Gilmore in the show, when she was 19, she lost her virginity to Dean. Spoilers, sorry. She would have been like a fully fledged adult, and I guess she didn't really cope with that whole thing very well, considering lots of other people around her would be doing this kind of stuff and she'd be very accustomed to it being at university, and like, I don't know. Just seems a bit weird now. So in Twilight was one I really wanted to include because I felt like one of them must have been about this age. I thought Rosalie would be 19, would have been changed when she was 19, but no, she was 18. But she was a very old looking 18. Like that, she is so beautiful, that actress. However, Alice was changed at 19. Ariana Grande didn't really have much going on when she was 19. She was like just coming out of Victorious, so she still had like red hair, very pale skin, but she did the popular song with Mika when she was 19, and like she looked really young. I don't think she looked like she was about 19. I would have said she was much younger than that. A little bit of history in here now. So Joan of Arc was actually 19 when she was executed, which makes everything she did feel a lot more crazy. Like, I didn't realize she was basically, like, she was a teenager right now. There are some amazing women out there, like Malala being so young, and Greta. Like, when I compare myself to these kind of, they're not even women, you know, these people are girls. When I compare myself to them, I feel so small and useless. Virginia Woolf at 19 had not yet become the writer she was known for, but she did finish her studies at King's College London. I don't believe she graduated because I don't think that was something women were totally able to do in the 20s. So, but she did study at King's College London, which is really cool because she also lived in Bloomsbury, which is where I'm studying, which is really, really cool. Becca in Pitch Perfect, when Pitch Perfect begins, she would have been 18, but is but she was definitely a freshman, so she would have been at some point during that film 19. And that concludes my list. I know it's a bit of a weird video, but I thought you guys may share in my interest in culture and 19 in culture. If you're interested, I'll do these for like all the different teenage years because I've done this every year, so I've got a list for like all of them. Oh my god, this is my last year being a teenager. Oh my god, that's just actually hit me. Oh my god. Oh my god, no way. This is my last year being a teen. Okay, this is hurting my head. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go because I'm having a breakdown now. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you next time on Ellie's Culture Craving.